Hey everyone, welcome back to World Information HD. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most popular coins ever collected, the Lincoln cent. You might be shocked to learn that some of these humble pennies are worth hundreds of thousands, or even millions of dollars. Yes, you heard that right, millions. Whether you're a casual coin collector or just someone who's curious about which coins might hold hidden value, this list is going to surprise you. So grab your pennies, and let's jump into the top 10 most valuable Lincoln cents. Today, we're diving into the captivating story of the 1982 no-mint mark Lincoln penny, a tiny coin with a massive price tag. We'll look at why it's so valuable, the history behind it, and how to spot one. You won't believe the story behind this rare treasure that's hiding in plain sight. The Lincoln penny has been in circulation since 1909, celebrating President Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday. But this little coin took on a new life in 1982, a pivotal year for penny collectors. In 1982, the U.S. Mint made a big change. Up until then, pennies were made mostly of copper. But the price of copper was climbing, and producing pennies was becoming expensive. The solution? A switch to a lighter, cheaper metal, zinc. And that's where the story of the 1982 penny gets really interesting. 1982 saw the U.S. Mint issuing both copper and zinc pennies as they phased out the old copper ones. This means that 1982 pennies were made in two versions, copper and zinc. Not only that, but they produced pennies with large and small dates, two variations that came in both metals. With all these changes, quality control at the Mint faced unique challenges, and some coins were accidentally released with errors. These errors are what make the 1982 no-mint mark penny such a treasure. So, what does it mean if a penny has no mint mark? Normally, pennies struck in Philadelphia have a P mint mark. But here's the twist: in 1982, some Philadelphia pennies were produced without a mint mark. Most of these pennies are common and worth only face value. However, a few rare 1982 pennies with no mint mark were struck in an unusual way, making them incredibly valuable. The true prize among these pennies is the 1982 no mint mark small date penny made of copper. Finding one of these is like winning the coin collector's lottery. Only a few are known to exist, and it's estimated that fewer than 10 have been found to date. Why so valuable? Because of a series of unusual events at the Mint and the high rarity of these small-date copper pennies without a mint mark. One of the best ways to check if you have this rare penny is to weigh it. Copper pennies from 1982 weigh about 3.11 grams, while the newer zinc pennies weigh only 2.5 grams. So, if you have a no-mint mark penny from 1982 with a small date that weighs 3.11 grams, you might have a very valuable find. Why does this 1982 penny fetch such a high price? A collector recently paid a staggering $99,172 for one of these rare pennies. That's because collectors are willing to pay big bucks for rare coins in top condition, especially ones as unique and historically significant as this. As of now, a certified, uncirculated 1982 no-mint mark small-date copper penny can reach prices close to $100,000. Imagine finding that kind of money hiding in a jar of change or an old coin collection. So, what are the odds of finding one of these pennies? Well, the odds are slim, but not impossible. If you have a stash of pennies from the early 1980s, it's worth taking a closer look. All you need is a good scale to check the weight and a sharp eye to spot that small date. Here are some tips if you want to start checking your 1982 pennies. Look for no mint mark. Philadelphia coins typically don't have one, but this is just the start. Check the date style. Only the 1982 small date version is rare. Weigh the penny. A copper penny will weigh 3.11 grams, while zinc will be lighter at 2.5 grams. If you find one with all three of these features, you could be holding a fortune. The 1982 no-mint mark Lincoln penny is a perfect example of how something so small can hold incredible value. Imagine finding one of these in an old coin jar, turning just 1 cent into almost $100,000. Are you ready to check your penny collection? Let us know in the comments if you've found any rare coins. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more amazing stories from the world of rare coins and collectibles. Thanks for watching, and happy hunting! Hey everyone! Welcome back to our channel. Today, we're diving into the world of coin collecting and looking at one of the most talked about Lincoln cents in recent history, the 1983 Lincoln penny without a mint mark. This little coin, worth just 1 cent back in the day, can now fetch a staggering $98,524 on the market. But why? Let's explore the history, the value, and the story behind this incredible penny. So, let's start with a bit of background. The Lincoln cent, or Lincoln penny, has been around for over a century, since 1909, and it's a classic collectible. But most people don't realize that a few specific coins in the Lincoln penny series are exceptionally valuable. One of those is the 1983 Lincoln cent without a mint mark. Now, let's clarify what a mint mark is for those who might be new to coin collecting. A mint mark is a small letter that tells us where the coin was produced. Typically, pennies made in Philadelphia don't have a mint mark, while ones made in Denver will have a small D under the date. However, it's not the lack of a mint mark that makes the 1983 penny unique, it's something else entirely. Now, why is the 1983 penny so special? To understand this, we have to go back a couple of years to 1982. Before 1982, Lincoln pennies were made primarily of copper, which made them a bit heavier. But due to rising copper prices, the U.S. Mint made a significant change. They switched from copper to a copper-coated zinc planchet, which reduced the weight of the penny from 3.11 grams to 2.5 grams. So, starting in 1982, pennies were mostly made of zinc with just a thin copper coating. But here's the catch. In 1983, a few pennies were mistakenly struck on the old copper planchets. These rare 1983 copper pennies are what collectors are after, and they're worth a fortune today. Alright, so how can you tell if you have one of these valuable 1983 copper pennies? The most important thing to check is the weight. Remember, the standard 1983 pennies made of zinc weigh around 2.5 grams. But if you find one that weighs 3.11 grams, then you might have a rare copper penny on your hands. You can check the weight with a precise digital scale, and I recommend getting one that's accurate to 2 decimal points for the best results. If you find a 1983 penny that weighs 3.11 grams, you could have something very, very special. Now, let's talk about why this coin is worth so much money. Part of the value comes from the sheer rarity of these copper 1983 pennies. Only a handful have been verified, and collectors are always looking for unusual errors or rare coins like this. A copper 1983 penny can sell for thousands, even tens of thousands, depending on its condition. In fact, the current market value for a high-quality 1983 copper penny can go for as much as $98,524. Why so high? Well, it's simple economics. High demand from collectors and extremely low supply. The 1983 Lincoln penny is part of a broader trend in coin collecting where rare, error coins are in high demand. Error coins are coins that, for one reason or another, weren't minted according to the usual standards. Whether it's a double die, a missing mint mark, or the wrong material like the 1983 copper penny, these coins become valuable because they're unique. And error coins like this tend to increase in value over time. As more collectors enter the market, the price for rare coins like the 1983 copper penny will likely continue to rise. So, what should you do if you think you have one of these valuable 1983 copper pennies? First, check the weight. If it weighs 3.11 grams, that's a great sign. From there, I recommend getting it authenticated by a reputable coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. They can certify your coin, and this will also make it more valuable if you decide to sell it. Once you have it authenticated, there are a few options if you want to sell. You can take it to an auction house that specializes in rare coins, or you can list it online through reputable auction sites like Heritage Auctions or Stack's Bowers. These platforms can connect you with serious collectors willing to pay top dollar for your rare find. The 1983 copper penny without a mint mark is one of the most exciting discoveries in the world of coin collecting. It's a reminder that sometimes, something as small as a penny can be worth a fortune. So check your change, especially those old pennies lying around, because you never know what treasures you might find. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare coins, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell for notifications. And if you have any unique coins you want us to cover, drop a comment below. Until next time, happy hunting, and good luck finding your own piece of history. Hey everyone! Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into a coin that has been flying under the radar but has recently taken the coin collecting world by storm. Imagine digging through your penny jar and finding a coin worth over $48,000. That's right, we're talking about the 1993 D Lincoln cent with a D mint mark. This little copper coin might just be one of the most exciting finds of recent years. So, let's get into what makes this coin so unique, its history, and why it's currently valued so high. Let's start with a bit of background. The Lincoln cent, or the penny as most of us call it, has been around since 1909. It was created to honor the 100th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth and is one of the longest-running coin designs in the United States. The coin has had several redesigns over the years, but it's always featured the iconic portrait of Lincoln on the obverse. By 1993, Lincoln cents were being struck in two primary locations, Philadelphia and Denver. The Denver Mint coins bear a small D under the date on the obverse side, which is how we identify the 1993 D Mint mark. Now, for most of us, a 1993 D penny is just a regular coin. Billions were minted that year, making it quite common. So, why would one of these coins sell for over $48,000? The answer lies in two words: condition and grade. The Lincoln cent series from the 1990s has been historically overlooked by collectors, mainly because so many were produced, and most of them circulated heavily. But in recent years, interest in high-grade modern coins has skyrocketed. A small number of 1993 D Lincoln cents have been preserved in mint condition, almost flawless. But it's extremely rare to find a 1993 D in such impeccable quality that it earns a grade of MS 69, Mint State 69, by a grading authority like the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS. And it's those top-grade coins that drive the price into the thousands. Now, here's the thing, even a regular, circulated 1993 D Lincoln cent is still worth just 1 cent. But if you find a 1993 D Lincoln cent in near-perfect condition, graded MS 69, it can sell for tens of thousands of dollars. In fact, the current market value of a 1993 D penny at MS 69 has reached as high as $48,256, which is absolutely mind-blowing. Why such a high price? Well, it all comes down to supply and demand. There's an extremely limited supply of MS 69 1993 D Lincoln cents, so collectors are willing to pay a premium for these rare, pristine specimens. But why is it so rare to find a 1993 D penny in MS 69 condition? After all, they made over 4 billion pennies that year. Well, most pennies enter circulation quickly and get banged up in our pockets, cash registers, and even coin machines. These little dings and scratches instantly lower the grade and, therefore, the value. Only a handful of these coins were either kept in mint sets or somehow avoided the wear and tear, making them pristine enough for a top grade. Think of it like this: a 1993 D penny at MS 69 is almost untouched. No scratches, no nicks, no discoloration. It looks as if it just came off the minting press. Alright, so you might be wondering, how can I find one of these gems? First off, check your change jars, pocket change, or even bank rolls of pennies. Keep an eye out for that little D mint mark below the date, indicating it was made in Denver. And then, examine the coin's condition carefully. If it looks pristine, with no visible nicks or scratches, it could be worth getting graded. However, getting an MS 69 is like finding a needle in a haystack. It's not easy, but it's possible. Now, if you believe you have a near-perfect 1993 D penny, here's what you should do next. First, consider sending it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. They'll assign it a grade and authenticate its quality, which can significantly increase its resale value. But remember, even with grading, most coins won't reach MS69. Many will be graded lower and won't fetch the same high prices. Also, keep in mind that grading can be costly. So, if your penny has visible wear, it might not be worth the grading fee. But if you have a flawless 1993D, that investment could be worth it. So, what's going on with the current market for the 1993D Lincoln cent? Over the past few years, modern coins have been growing in popularity, especially in high grades. Collectors are starting to realize the rarity of finding well-preserved examples of these more recent coins. This surge in interest has driven prices up, and as of now, a top-grade 1993D penny can command upwards of $48,000. Of course, this value is for an MS69 coin, and prices can vary. If you're selling, be sure to do your research and consult with experts to ensure you're getting a fair price. So there you have it, the story of the 1993D Lincoln cent that could be worth more than a car. Remember, the chances of finding one in MS69 condition are slim, but they do exist. And with some patience, a good eye, and a little luck, you might just find a high-grade coin that brings in thousands. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare coins and valuable finds, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on the latest videos. And hey, drop a comment below if you think you found a rare coin in your collection. We'd love to hear about it. Until next time, happy hunting! Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating coins in recent US history, the 1994 D Mint Mark Lincoln penny. Now you might be thinking, what makes this penny worth over $70,000? Well, stick around because we're going to uncover the mystery, explore its history, and find out exactly why this penny could be sitting in your coin jar right now, ready to make you a lot of money. Before we get into the specifics of the 1994 D penny, let's take a quick look back at the history of the Lincoln penny itself. The Lincoln cent has been a staple of American currency since 1909, when it was first introduced to celebrate the 100th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by sculptor Victor David Brenner, the penny features Lincoln's profile on the obverse and a wheat stalk motif on the reverse, which was used until 1958. From 1959 until 2008, the penny featured the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, but in 2009, the U.S. Mint introduced the shield design that we see today. However, there are specific years within the Lincoln penny's long history that collectors hold in high regard due to rare variations, mint marks, and condition. Now, let's talk about the 1994 D penny. At first glance, this coin might look like any other penny you've come across. But if you look closely, you'll see the D Mint mark under the year, indicating that this particular penny was minted at the Denver Mint. And this is where things get interesting. In 1994, the U.S. Mint produced billions of pennies, and most of them were struck with standard minting techniques. But like many coins, a few unique variations and errors slipped through the cracks, and these are the coins that collectors salivate over. For the 1994 D penny, that error or unique characteristic lies in its rarity and condition. So, what makes the 1994 D penny so valuable? Well, it all comes down to the fact that not all 1994 D pennies are created equal. The ones that are worth a lot of money are those that have rare errors, or are in pristine, uncirculated condition. In particular, the value skyrockets when the coin is in MS67 or higher grade, which means it's in mint state with very few, if any, imperfections. Coins of this caliber are extremely rare, especially when you consider that millions of 1994 D pennies were produced. Only a small number of them have survived in near-perfect condition. One example of this is a 1994 D penny that was recently sold for an incredible $71,727 at a coin auction. Yes, you heard that right. Over $70,000 for a single penny. So, what makes this coin so valuable? Well, it was graded MS-67, meaning it had virtually no visible flaws, and it was one of the few specimens that survived in such pristine condition. Now, you might be wondering how you can identify if your 1994 D penny is worth a fortune. Well, there are a few key things to look out for. First, check the mint mark and the year. Make sure the penny is from 1994 and was minted in Denver, indicated by the D mint mark. The real secret lies in the condition of the coin. To determine the grade of your penny, you'll want to closely inspect the coin for scratches, dings, and discoloration. The less wear, the better. A high-grade penny will have sharp, crisp details and a smooth surface without noticeable imperfections. While the 1994 D penny is undoubtedly one of the most valuable, it's not the only rare penny from that year. Some 1994 pennies without a mint mark, those made at the Philadelphia Mint, can also hold value depending on their condition, but they tend to be worth far less than their Denver counterparts, unless they exhibit rare errors. Other 1994 pennies, including those with minting errors like double dies, off-center strikes, or repunched mint marks, can also be valuable to collectors. But when it comes to the 1994 D penny, the pristine specimens are the ones that fetch the highest prices at auction. So, how can you sell your 1994 D penny if you think it's worth a lot of money? First, you should have your coin professionally graded by a reputable coin grading service like the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, or the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS. Once graded, your penny will have a clear market value and can be sold through auction houses, online marketplaces, or local coin dealers. To wrap things up, the 1994 D Lincoln penny is a perfect example of how a seemingly ordinary coin can become a collector's dream when it's in exceptional condition or has rare minting errors. If you've got one of these in your collection, or if you happen to come across one in your pocket change, you could be holding onto a treasure worth tens of thousands of dollars. Thanks for watching. If you found this video interesting, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more content like this. And if you have any rare coins, drop a comment below and let us know what you found. Until next time, happy hunting!